journaling do for you? If you don't know me already, my name's Kirsten. I'm with Water's Edge Tarot, and today we're here to talk about journaling. Yes, now before y'all start rolling your eyes at me, just give this a chance, okay? Because this isn't gonna be your typical, you should journal because it's gonna make you feel better every night, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be kind of like my meditation videos where I talk about, let's get real here, this is how we journal. So, what is journaling? Literally, if you look up the definition in the dictionary, it's the most bland thing ever. It's pretty much you do your daily, you write down your daily things that you do for the day and your thoughts, blah blah blah. Okay, well yeah, that's the old-fashioned Dear Diary. This is what I did today. Blah. Also, very restricting. So, what is my version of journaling, and what can it do for you? Literally, for me, journaling is a time where I just write shit out. A lot of it's free thought, guys. A lot of times when I'm journaling, I'm not journaling with the intent of, this morning I had 2 eggs, and then my cat decided to get on the table. No. I'm journaling because, I'm really stressed out, there's a lot going on, and I need somebody to listen to me, and I'm just gonna word vomit in my, my journal. I'm gonna write it all out. Which is huge and really important thing to do, because if you're word vomiting on a journal and verbally, in the written form, or even in a record, a vlog of some sort, then you're getting all those thoughts out of your mind and you're allowing yourself to process them and actually hear them or see them from a different perspective. So typical people will say, oh my god, I have this issue, I need to talk to someone about it, which there's nothing wrong with needing to talk to somebody. Caveat that I'm not trying to stop human connection. Talk to people if you need to talk to people. But are you a person that constantly has to go to somebody and literally keeps it trapped into your head until you can talk to a person? Because if that is what you're doing, and you are verbally and emotionally vomiting on other people a lot, maybe you need a journal. Because this is what journaling really is. Journaling allows you to get thoughts out of your head. You know how that one person really pissed you off today and your husband's probably tired of you complaining about that person again? Write it out in your journal. And then you're going to realize that this isn't the first time that this person pissed you off, or maybe you already know that, but you're probably going to write out about the past week, the past 2 weeks, maybe go back to the past month, go maybe back to the past year, because maybe for the past year they've been pissing you off and you've not been able to get it all out. You've not been able to release that. It allows you to release the thoughts, it allows you to release the emotions around it, and it allows you just to let it go. And remember, guys, letting our thoughts go, letting our emotions go, is the thing that's going to help us in every scenario in life. So I'm going to just kind of tell you what journaling looks like for me. Yes, I do it on a daily basis. I apologize, I'm one of those people. But I do it on a daily basis because it literally helps me focus. And I've been journaling for years, guys. And, there's times where I don't journal, every day if stuff goes on in my life. If I'm on vacation, I promise you I'm probably not journaling on vacation. If I have a wedding that I'm in that weekend, guess what? I'm probably not journaling that over those couple days. So during my daily mundane life, yes, I journal on a regular basis. When stuff happens, journaling might get left out. Who knows? I'm very realistic about this. While it's a daily practice for me, it's not something that, I do as in oh my god, I didn't journal today, my life's gonna come to an end. No, I can do it tomorrow, okay? Because for me, journaling is a lot like exercising or going out to the gym. The more you do it, the better it's gonna help you and the better you're gonna be. If you don't do it, if you miss a couple workouts, if you don't, walk a couple days in a row, guess what? It's fine. Nothing major is gonna happen. I journal on my own time for me. When I do journal, I don't journal about what I did yesterday, unless what I did yesterday was pretty great. Honestly, I journal okay, right now shit's getting hard and I'm a little nervous. I have a couple bills due and I need to figure out how I'm going to make the money for it. Or, I have this big presentation that I have to do tomorrow and my stomach has been in knots just thinking about it. I journal about that stuff. And yeah, that's stuff that you can go talk to a therapist about or your friend about, or you can literally have a conversation with yourself about it through the written word. Or spoken if you decide to do recording or vlogging or anything like that. Nothing wrong with that. Still valid. So yeah, I literally work out my problems via journaling. And A, that's saving me money. I don't have to talk to a therapist. B, it's giving me another perspective. It's allowing me to see the situation from another perspective. Maybe the reason I'm nervous about this presentation is because there's a part of it that I don't have, 100% confidence in my knowledge about it. So maybe I need to go look up some more information about that. Maybe the reason why, this person's been pissing me off for the past year and a half at work isn't because they're doing anything wrong. Maybe that's just who they are as a person. Maybe it's because it reminds me of someone from my childhood who treated me like shit and manipulated me. Is that fair to that person that I'm projecting that onto them? No, it's not. But am I going to figure that out unless I do the self-reflection and the work about it? No, I'm not. And what's the easiest way to do self-reflection work, guys? Journaling. Literally. It's like the easiest way to get access into your mind. And a lot of people are going to come and say to me, well, Kirsten, you know what? I'm glad journaling's easy for you, but when I get to, the page and I get my pen out, my mind just goes blank. Okay, that happens to me too. You know what I do? I literally write. I have no idea what I need to write about, but here, let's start doing something. And guess what? Eventually, things work out. It might take me 3 or 4 sentences to be able to get things to come out of my head, but guess what? I've had that problem where I'm like, I'm feeling a lot of stuff and I don't know how to handle it. And I don't know how to write about it either. Just start writing shit. Literally. I was told to write shit down to make my life better, so here I am doing this. I bet you your mind's eventually going to flow into something. Maybe you're one off, maybe not, but 9 times out of 10, and I feel pretty confident saying 10 times out of 10, your mind's going to go into something. It's going to bring something out. It's literally just getting the flow going. All right, so now that I talked about how I journal and the importance of me journaling, let's just kind of go into why we should journal. And yes, I'm going to check my notes because I had a lot on this and I really just want to get everything out. So, benefits of journaling. Okay, so I already talked about how it's a self-reflection thing, okay? How it allows you to look inside your brain and to understand things better. But it also allows you to reduce anxiety and depression, okay? And I'm not saying this because, you hear it in every TV commercial. Think about what I just told you. When you journal, you get the thoughts out of your head, okay? What keeps people anxious? Reoccurring thoughts, things they can't get out, the worries that are constantly plaguing them, okay? I have anxiety too. And guess what? I know if I have anxiety, I have things I need to get out. You're literally trying to write out the anxiety. You're literally reducing those thoughts. You're freeing those thoughts so that we're not in there anymore. Now, am I saying that this is going to prevent you from having a panic attack? No. Mental health is real, and I'm not denying that. What I am saying is it helps to reduce anxiety. It helps to reduce depression. Depression's the same thing. I was clinically depressed a lot in my teenage and early 20s. And honestly, it is the thing that helped me through it. Why did it help me through it? Because even though I didn't have a voice that heard me, I was the voice that was hearing me. I was hearing myself. And that allowed me to realize my own recognition. Yeah, I had childhood and teenage trauma I needed to get out. And that helped me get rid of that. But it also helped me to identify patterns. And this is the next benefit, is it's going to allow you to be able to make clear, real life, problem changes. I know I said that really awkwardly, but hear me out. It's going to help you be able to see things that are happening in your life and decide that you're going to make a difference, that you're going to change how this is going to turn out. So you start journaling, okay? And say you do it inconsistently, but you do it enough where you realize there's a pattern. And then you see this pattern happen in real life. And the only reason you're aware of this pattern is because you were journaling about it. So now that you see this pattern happen in real life, you decide you're going to make a change. And that's how it helps with depression. Because a lot of times when we're so in our head, and depression it just puts you so into your head. When you're so into your head, you can't see anything outside of what's going on in your head. But journaling allows you to do that. It allowed me to do that. It allowed me to see the same patterns that I was repeating that I kept doing, and then I would make a change. Now, was it like one of those life-altering moment things? No, it still took years. I still had to work through it. But I worked through it, and that's the thing. That's what matters. Sorry for spitting on y'all. Journaling can help you sleep. Literally. Again, back to the fact that you're getting the thoughts out of your head. What keeps you up at night? the fact that you have to pay bills, the fact that you have to get your kids to all these, events, the fact that you and your husband haven't been able to have a decent conversation the past 3 days and the kids are driving you nuts. These are things that keep us up at night. And you know what? Once again, getting them out of our head will help. I know that seems really complicated and you're going to say this is bullshit, but guess what? You won't know until you try it. So try it. Do it. And then you're going to tell me, well, guess what? I journaled and I still didn't sleep well. Okay, well, you know what? It's not probably going to take one journaling if you've never journaled. It's probably going to take about a week's worth of journaling for you to even notice a difference. Again, journaling is no different than physical exercise, okay? Journaling is mental and emotional exercise for your brain. You have to do it on a frequent basis for you to ever get anything out of it. Am I saying that, you don't have those one-off, I wrote 6 pages of journaling and I, feel a lot better? Yeah, you can info dump in a journal and you can feel better and then you cannot journal for another month. That's your way of journaling, that's okay, but know that you can get more out of it by doing it more consistently. So it helps with your communication skills. So literally, think about it this way. Okay, so you have all these thoughts going on in your mind and you just kind of have them all jumbled up. Or you have all these feelings inside of you and you're just like, I don't know how to say what it is I'm feeling. Journaling literally gives you practice on how to express your wants, your needs, and your emotions. If you're writing down, on a regular basis, and I'm not saying daily at this point, just maybe 2 or 3 times a week, if you write down how you're feeling on a regular basis, you're going to be able to communicate that better with someone else, whether that be your partner, whether that be a friend, whether that be a relative. So, when you have the big sadness that comes every once in a while, you can say, I feel sad. Okay, that's valid. Or because you've journaled and you've gone a little deeper into your life, you can say, I feel sad because I feel like I'm not being heard, or I feel like I'm being judged, or I feel like, I'm being attacked in some type of way. And doing that because you journaled will allow you to verbally say it to other people. It'll allow you to have confidence in what you're saying because you've already written it out. You've already discovered it. It's not you just sitting there blindly kind of stammering saying, I don't know, I'm sad. Sally said this about me, and now that Sally said that about me, and I know she didn't mean it this way, I just don't know how to handle, okay? You already did the process. You already did the work. Now you know why what Sally said made you feel that way, and you don't even have to bring Sally into it if it was something that has absolutely nothing to do with her but the actual words she said. Maybe Sally said something that was, oh my goodness, that person smells, and it has nothing to do directly to you, but it triggered something that happened to you. And so even though she wasn't talking about you, you now know that it was because a trigger that happened with inside of you that you needed to work out. And you can explain that to somebody instead of just creating this animosity between you and Sally. So it allows you to be able to communicate better. And then I mentioned it allows you to communicate your desires better and the things that you want. Okay, it's real easy to say, well, I desire a big fancy house and I desire lots of money. But when you journal and you get to the basis of it, maybe it's not the big fancy house that you really want. Maybe it's the feeling of security that you're looking for. Maybe it's the feeling of, I want to have my own place. Maybe you just need your own personal space. Those things are all valid, don't get me wrong, and wanting the big fancy house is just as valid. I'm not knocking that. But it allows you to realize the drive behind the want, the drive behind the desire. And when you get to the what is behind it, you can go after it better. And you can communicate that to other people. So, people are going to probably say, oh, you don't need that. That's not what life's about. Well, let them know that that might not be what your life is about. But this 5-bedroom house with a pool and everything, that's what my inner child wants because I didn't get the chance to go swimming as a kid. And me and my siblings had to share rooms. And I want each of my kids to have their own room. Okay? That's stuff you can figure out through journaling. Maybe you don't need a journal to figure that out. Maybe you do. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt either way. Okay, so now we're going to talk about tips of journaling here. Honestly, I understand journaling is one of those things where you're going to be like, I don't have time to do it. Okay, I get that. You can clearly say you don't have time, but I assure you will probably have time. Maybe you can't do it in the morning, but can you do a little bit of journaling on your lunch break? By the way, Journaling doesn't have to be, 3 pages long and 30 minutes of writing. It literally can be 6 sentences that you write in 5 minutes if that's all you need. I journal on my lunch break all the time. All the time. I had a composition notebook, and I would utilize the back end of it for any journaling I needed to do that day, and I would utilize the front end of it for my work purpose stuff. Can you journal while your kids are at soccer practice? Maybe you can make 10 minutes before you go to bed. You can journal pretty much anywhere. And that's the next thing too. A lot of people get caught up on the type of journal that they need to have. Okay, I get there, been there. I still am really picky about my journals, but I also have like 7 working journals right now. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. I have 7 different journals that I write in depending on how I feel, what I'm feeling, and where I'm at. The journal that's in my room constantly stays in my room. I have literally 6 journals in this office, and sometimes I just choose which journal I want based on what it looks like. I also have no problem with using notebooks. My binders, loose leaf. I can journal in anything. Pick a journal that works for you, but if you feel like you can only write certain things in this journal because it's so pretty, then that's not the right journal for you. You need to find a journal that you feel comfortable writing in, and you have to have a journal that works for you. It doesn't just have to be one journal again, guys. I got 6 working journals going on, so maybe have multiple journals. Another thing to consider too is your access to the journal, okay? The one in my bedroom always stays in my bedroom because there's times where I'm tossing and turning and I can't fall asleep, so I'll pull out my journal and I'll write. And here's the thing, I don't want to have to come all the way downstairs to my office to get the journal. So literally, that's just my journal at night. Literally, I toss and turn, I'm not getting sleep. Screw it, after an hour of fighting it, I'm going to figure out what's going on in my brain. And a lot of times I find out, oh, there's stuff going on in my brain. I didn't realize that was there. So, place a journal where it's convenient for you too. My composition book, that stayed in my work desk. In my drawer, my personal drawer. Pulled it out when I needed to. I have a little notebook that I carry in my purse. And it's not necessarily that it's a journal notebook, but like, you know what? If I'm stuck somewhere and I can't go anywhere and I have to be there for a couple hours, like waiting at a doctor's office, I doodle. I write poems. I journal. I get words out. I'm bored. What better time to reflect than when I'm sitting there waiting for the doctor because they're 45 minutes behind and I've been there at the exact time I was supposed to be there. Journal. Make it easy for you to do this. This shouldn't have to be hard, and it's not supposed to be hard. So do what you need to do for yourself to make it easy and accessible to yourself. All right, I already talked about how journaling is more like a physical exercise, where the more you do it, the better off you are, okay? I really want to iterate words. I really want to get that point home. Yes, I even told you that, journaling was going to make you a better communicator. Doesn't help with enunciation, unfortunately. The thing is, journal as much or as little as you need to, okay? Journaling is a way to release. Journaling is a way to learn. Journaling is a way to identify. But there's also the caveat. Don't get stuck in just journaling. Just like some people go to the gym to avoid life, you can also journal to avoid life. Yes, journal regularly, but don't journal your whole life away. Learn from your journaling. Learn what you're doing. That is the biggest secret about how to journal properly. And there's no typical right or wrong way to journal. But just as if you're spending 8 hours at a gym or however long to avoid your life problems and you're not working through it, journaling's not going to help you if you don't work from what you learn from. That is all I'm going to end with this on this video about journaling. It's your own thing. Do it your own way. Do it a way that works for you, but also utilize the information that you're getting from it. All right, if you've made it to the end of the video, guys, I really want to thank you for sticking it out. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, please subscribe and like and let me know and comment below how it has helped you. If it has helped you or if you know someone else that it can help, share my video. Let them see it. Also, too, I have some free meditation courses and guided meditations. I'm going to put the link down below. All you have to do is, log in and create an account with it. It's up to you to use it how you want. I thank you, everybody, for being here, and I wish you all a blessed day.